Believe it or not, in my entire career, I have never owned a detail brush. And Sagola was cool enough to send me the 3400 compact. And it just so happens we have the perfect job to test it out on today. So we're gonna give this gun a go. I'm gonna let you guys know what I think of the gun. And I'm also gonna give you my opinion on whether a detail brush is worth the investment. Because to this point, I've never seen a need for it, but maybe I'm wrong. We're gonna find out today. We also have some blow through, which is our worst nightmare on a 3-stage color. And we also have some here and here, which is on the opposite side of where we're painting. So I'll show you a cool little trick that I have for situations like this. All right, we have our sealer in our gun. So I'm just gonna seal this little spot up. You know, I always thought that I could just turn the fan in on my regular guns and it'd do the same thing that a detail brush would do. But after just applying that, I can tell you I was wrong, because anytime that I tried keeping it small with a regular sized paint gun, I have to admit, the repair area always got bigger than it should. And it does seem like already that this is gonna make it much easier to avoid that from happening. I don't know what pressure I'm at exactly, but I'm probably somewhere around 14, 15 PSI. And I already put my adhesion promoter on here. What I'm gonna do actually, since I had to seal so much of that, is I'm gonna go ahead and throw sealer on this edge. This way our color matches. And I mean, it was just extremely easy to throw that on without it getting out of hand. It also came with this, what seems to be a reusable strainer. It actually was in the cup like that. And with that in there, you can actually put your top on. So I don't know if it's meant to be like I don't know if that's a strainer that's meant to be kept in there, or if it's just meant to be used how a traditional strainer is. But either way, that's something really cool for them to include for you guys. Now I went ahead and threw our regulator on here. Right now I'm at around 15 PSI. Let's check out the fan on this thing. So I'll go about 4 or 5 inches back. That's actually a pretty large fan for a detail brush, but I do have everything full open. So fan and fluid right now are both full open. What I'm gonna do is actually turn my fan in. I'll go 1 full turn. Still seems pretty big, so I'll go 1.5. There we go. I really wanna make sure that I'm keeping my base color tight. I could probably even lower my pressure actually too. The reason why I figured I'd throw the regulator on is so we can get an idea of how this thing actually atomizes at certain pressures. So right now I'm at around 5 PSI, but based on the sound, it seems like that's all it's gonna need. And that is all it's gonna need. And that's the problem that I kept running into every time I tried to use a regular sized gun as a detail brush. I couldn't get my pressure low enough and still have it atomize the material effectively. So it seems like somehow a smaller gun translates into better atomization at a lower pressure. If anybody knows the science behind that, please feel free to let me know, because like I said, I've never even used a detail brush before. So this is very new to me. And I know on the bumper, I really didn't need to use it, but I'm not gonna sit here and use, 2 or 3 different guns to do one job. Just not gonna happen. Oh, we got a little blow through right there too. The trigger on this gun does feel a little more stiff compared to the hex gun that I reviewed recently, but that may be by design. And if that stiffer trigger is by design, that's a smart move, By the way, I did open my fan back up half a turn to let the color blend out naturally with the fan here. The reason why I say that's a smart move is because when you're using a detail brush, you're generally doing more precise, detailed work, such as a small blend, or maybe you're doing custom work and you're doing tape work. And if you accidentally pull the trigger or pull it more than you intend to, well, that could be a really costly mistake, especially when it comes to custom work. Man, this is working out great. I have to say, I probably am gonna find more use for this thing than I would have imagined. All right, we're on our last coat of color. Now I have my fan all the way open. Right after we put this last coat on and I go mix our pearl, I will show you guys the cool trick I was talking about to fix the blow-through spots here. All right, so here I have a 50-50 mix of our base layer and our mid coat pearl. You're gonna take some of this. You may have to put on more than one coat because it's gonna be a little transparent since it has your pearl in it as well. So I'm gonna do one coat now and then I'll let it dry. Then we'll come back and do the second coat and I'll show you guys the important step after this. And I'm obviously gonna do the same exact thing for these. There's actually another one up here too. I didn't even see that one. All right, I just put the second coat on. Hopefully you can see it's still wet. Now what you're gonna wanna do is take some clear base coat and you're gonna wanna throw that on top of your touch-up. That's basically gonna help that touch-up melt in and flow out so it becomes virtually invisible. So we'll let that dry a bit and then I'll show you guys how it looks. And we'll do the same thing here. You can see that's wet. I just put it on up in the corner as well. So same thing, we'll take our wet bed material and just throw it right over that. It's basically just thinning out that touch-up so it becomes nice and smooth. Now we have our pearl coat in here. I'm gonna leave my fan full open. We're putting on 2 coats of pearl and I'll just start blending it out nice and softly. I actually do like the stiffer trigger on this gun. It makes it really easy to trigger on and trigger off. This way your material only goes where you want it. And I feel like the fan full open is just the perfect size. Do you guys use a detail brush? And is it something that once you started using, you don't think you could go without? Because I'm starting to feel like that already. And this is my first time using one. Now I'm gonna throw our last coat of pearl on off camera, but the question I have is, this does say clear on it, so should I do it? Should I do it, guys? I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna clear everything with this thing and see how it goes.
All right, we have our clear in our guns. I'm at 2-bar pressure. Fan fluid both wide open. Let's see how she lays. Oh, it puts out material, I'll tell you that. For a little gun, it puts out a lot of material. Kind of like the 4600, although this is a bit more tame. You see, I didn't go too heavy there because I don't really know how this is going to turn out, but I want to play it safe. Because the last thing I want to do is have to respray a dry coat now. It's a high quality gun, man. As for the gun itself, it's definitely a very high quality gun. And it's kind of cool how the same gun that could be so precise can also clear a bumper and a quarter panel pretty efficiently.
I'm gonna go mix more clear, lay our second coat, then I'll let you guys know what I think. Is a detail brush worth the investment? And we'll see how the job came out and how our touch-ups came out. Well, it wouldn't be a video if something didn't go right. So, I guess there was clear dripping out of the cup somehow. Definitely my fault. Could have been way worse. You know, that's definitely fixable. But all in all, as for this gun particularly, this is an awesome gun. I mean, it laid down a phenomenal job start to finish. As for our touch-up, there's our touch-up, there's our touch-up, and then I kind of failed on this one. I missed it. And then here's our touch-up over here. Definitely could have looked a little bit better, but all in all, from the black spot it was to that, I'll call that a win. And as for a detail brush in particular, not this one, just any detail brush, is it worth it? After using this one for the first time in my life, I would say absolutely. We do not have a speck of color at the edge of our quarter panel, which is amazing because unfortunately in most cases, I got to admit, I would probably have a little dabble there. Not that it would mess up the color match entirely, but I always seem to get a little further than I wanted, but not with a detail gun. So I do think if you're doing collision work or if you want to do custom work in the future, a detail brush is definitely worth the investment. And this one in particular is a great one. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you got any value out of it, or if you were entertained, if you could, please consider dropping a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. Until the next time, peace.